This story actually was sent to me, actually not by one of my subscribers, but actually, my mother had called me, and she was saying, "So and so, did you hear about what happened with this pet store in Fairfax, Virginia?" And I think the reason why she was asking me about that is because of the animal that was involved, and because she was thinking about the movie Us. So that pretty much leads you into what animal I'm talking about, and that being the rabbit. For those of you who've seen Us, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I didn't hear about it. So when I got off the phone with her, I went and looked it up. And when I tell you, I wouldn't even take a damn cockroach to this store to be treated on. That's how bad this story is. So this is coming out of Fairfax, Virginia. For me, Fairfax, Virginia is about almost an hour drive. Uh, and this pet store called Petland, which now is going to be nicknamed Deathland, did the most heinous shit involving the rabbits that they were caring for, supposed to be watching while there. So there was an investigation done on this store, and when they did their investigation, they found that there were 14 dead rabbits in their store. But they just weren't lying around anywhere. They had the rabbits stored in plastic bags, and they were stored in a freezer. So basically, these rabbits were frozen to death in the freezer at a pet store. Safe to say that the Humane Society jumped on this fast tail, and they ended up shutting the store down the minute that the story went out. Like, they didn't waste any time, and rightfully so. Like, that's not something you would want to hear. And they were watching rabbits that probably were belonging to other people. So this store, this franchise right here, definitely is going to have a few huge lawsuits on their hands. But let me go ahead and read this story coming from WTOP. An investigation by the Humane Society of the United States into a Fairfax County, Virginia pet store uncovered 14 dead rabbits in the store's freezer. On Monday, animal control officers and detectives with the Fairfax City Police Department executed a search warrant of the Petland Incorporated, a retail pet store on 9404 Main Street in Fairfax, based on facts related to the failure to provide adequate care and treatment to companion animals. According to the Humane Society, the information was obtained by an undercover investigator who counted at least 14 rabbits frozen stiff and crudely wrapped in plastic bags in the freezer in the back of the store. It was shocking, said the investigator. The toughest part was that no one seemed concerned. Everyone just seemed to accept the fact that the rabbits died. HSUS captured video during its investigation, including footage of the frozen rabbits being removed from the freezer. Their footage also captured a Petland employee saying, "There's nothing we can do because they don't get treated by a vet. When they're sick, we just let them die." The video captured by the HSUS can be viewed on their Twitter page. The investigation didn't include why so many of the rabbits sold by Petland get sick. The HSUS alleged that most of the rabbits Petland sells comes from large-scale breeding operations that fail to adequately care for the animals by keeping them in small, dirty cages. The report also points out that while dogs or cats may make noise to indicate when they are sick or in pain, rabbits often suffer in silence. Additionally, handling by inexperienced caretakers and small children would mean the fragile rabbits are often dropped. I keep calling it Petland. Deathland released a statement Tuesday saying their vice president of animal welfare was on his way to the store to conduct a thorough investigation. On Wednesday, Deathland announced that it had terminated the franchise agreement with the store's owners. While HSUS has a history of exaggerated claims against Deathland, Deathland takes all claims of animal care at our stores seriously. Although Deathland found inaccuracies in HSUS' latest allegations relating to the Fairfax franchise store, based upon our own review of store operations, Deathland made the decision to terminate the store's franchise agreement. In their earlier statement, Deathland called the timing of the revelation highly suspicious. "We are further disappointed that once again, HSUS did not reach fully out directly to us in January when they claimed this occurred." Fairfax City Police conducted the inspection of the facility on Monday, the same day Virginia Governor Ralph Northam signed Tommy's law making animal cruelty a felony offense. They say there are currently no charges against Deathland. Listen, whether they did it back in January or they did it recently, as in this week, the fact of the matter is, you had 14 dead rabbits in your freezer in plastic bags. That is very unsanitary, and it's very disgusting. Like, you had a dead animal in your freezer and you just left them there. Like, that's crazy. I'm surprised that no smell got out, because when a corpse is rotting, it lets off a very foul odor. That's probably why they put it back there and froze it, so it could contain that smell. And they put them in bags to contain even more of the smell, so it wouldn't get out. But yeah, now you see why I said I wouldn't even take a cockroach in this store. Not that I would pick one up or anything like that, but you get what I mean. But yeah, like, this is absolutely disgusting. And these are most likely ran by the same people who claim they love animals so much. I wonder if PETA is going to say anything about this. I'm surprised the Humane Society actually jumped on it, but I feel like they probably had to jump on it. But they did make a point. They said it's ironic that this happened in January, but they wanted to wait till that disgraced individual, Ralph Northam, passed that Tommy's law in order for them to now pounce on it. But regardless of the fact, this store was still held accountable and they're no longer in business, which is a good thing. Y'all let me know what you think about this